Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late December 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Pisces collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for Pisces gang? What do you have for us in late December 2025? And as you can see, Kyle Claus has indeed come to town. So get the milk and cookies ready. I really love chocolate chip and oatmeal, so thanks. But yeah, we're just going to check out the energies, messages, insights, and take a little peek at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself, and at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces gang in late December. What's the vibe here? Oh, quick, very like second shuffle and the card pops out. Yeah, I mean, this is a very common energy to see in a Pisces reading. Just the creativity on full display, very rich inner world. I think I saw this for another sign this week, but it's very common, especially in my readings, that we get something tied into creativity at the beginning of a Pisces reading, which has a lot of benefits, but it also has some downsides, depending. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see here, we have this lovely lady. She is an art model. That's what I perceive her to be. With a painting, we got sculptures, we got the little Adam and Eve symbolism going on over here. So we have a lot of different sorts of artistic expression here. So, you know, the message I'm probably heading towards Pisces now is a great time to get creative. Now, I believe that for people with major Pisces placements, and I'm part of that crew, that we need an outlet. We have to have it, right? And Pisces, I believe, walks that fine line where it's like we have one foot in the etheric world, one foot in the real world. And it's important for Pisces to sometimes bridge that gap, take those ideas, take those energies, and make them into something tangible. So now's a great time for any kind of creativity. Okay, for some issues you may be having, you might have very creative, outside the box type of solutions for them. It's very much self expressive, so don't push things down, don't suppress. This is the very rich inner world as well. So if we put the creativity on the shelf for now, the imagination could be going. Something could really have a hold of your imagination and daydreams and fantasies. So it feels very rich to me, which can be great if channeled in the proper way. The downside to this could, of course, be overthinking or like caught in that headspace too much. So we're just, which the creativity would help solve. So we're just going to let her chill right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Pisces gang. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled Big Karmic Situation. So a lot of my fellow Pisceans out there could be dealing with or have been dealing with situations and big changes and transformations within themselves, outside of themselves. Karmic things, situations are very complex, very nuanced. Sometimes it's things that I feel that we signed up for before incarnating here. Some of them could be minor, some of them could be major. So we're going to see if that energy sticks around this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So when we take this, how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Pisces to start. What do we got in late December for our good friends? Thank you. 8 of Cups. That's on the go. That energy is doing something. Okay. I'm not going to say it's like definitely walking away. To me, I see the 8 of Cups as neutral. It's like, all right, let's go. Let's go, go, go. It feels a little more Aries to me than Pisces. And, you know I have placements in both. Let's get a couple more. Oh, very protective. Very protective, very private. We got the 9 of Wands. Let's get one more. Let's get one more here. What do we got for Pisces, please? Thank you. King of Swords. All right, so there's a lot of very different energies showing up here, and I don't want to say like, oh, they're bad, they're warnings or anything like that. They just present themselves in like really unique ways. So for some of you, this could be different situations, different people. Like, let's go through, I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, we have a lot of different elements here, which I think is a good thing. When there's different elements, it's different areas of life, and it's a little more balanced than like all water or all fire. um, but they mean a lot of different things. So right here in the front, we have water. That's the Pisces power element. That's the place where Pisces is most comfortable. That's the internal realm that we were speaking about, right? So the rich internal world, the realm of feelings and creativity. It also ties to personal connections, relationships, romance, love. Water is, there's a lot of depth to it, but the downside is that it's always moving, right? Like and Pisces could deal with it, Pisces could work with it, but the water's here, then it's there, the tide comes in, the tide goes out. So there's a little, I don't want to say unpredictability to it, but it's not very stable. So we'll want to look at that. In the center, we have fire, the realm of action. So the actions we take, the actions other people take, it's our energy levels, it's our vitality, it's our internal combustion system, our motivation to do things. And I usually love fire, but at the same time, it could be a little out of control sometimes. And not saying always, but sometimes it could be a little explosive or volatile. So we'll want to look at this further for sure. And then we have air on the back end. Internal as well. So just like the cups, it's on the inside, but this one's a little more logical and pragmatic. Air energy, it's very strategic, very stern. It's very down to earth in its way of thinking. So it's like a little stern, serious. And the downside to the swords is that it could be a little cold, a little detached. So when I'm seeing the way this energy's flowing, it's like we're moving, then we're not. It's like going forward, full blockage, and then we have this energy on the back end that's being a little harsh. We're going to want to pick this apart. So let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, the Eight of Cups. Now, I know classical meanings would tell us the Eight of Cups is generally somebody walking away from something. In my personal experience, I just look at it as an action card. I'm not necessarily walking away from this Eight of Cups, but I'm going towards the nine. That's like how I like to frame it. So for some Pisces, hey, maybe you're on the move, maybe you're on the go. This could be a flight response as well. Like when I see the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Wands right next to it, it's like I feel flushed. You know, when a bird flies out of a bush, like that's what it's making me feel. I know that's super specific, but it's like an energy that's flushed, a little flight response. Now, the Eight of Cups could be moving towards something really good. We do want to clarify to see, like, all right, is this energy coming in? Is the energy going out? What's it doing? Where is it heading? Is because the downside of the Eight of Cups, aside from the action, sure, it could represent leaving something behind. Yeah, it could represent abandoning something, but we don't always go there first, right? We don't always go worst case scenario. So we'll want to look at it. We're just going to take it as pure action for now. Moving to the middle, we have the complete and total opposite. So we go from the Eight of Cups, which is full flow, into the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior himself. So we see him there. He's got the bandage on the head. He has erected a wall and he is standing guard. So it's like we got action, but no. So for some Pisces, maybe there are certain things or actions you're trying to refrain from or stop yourself from doing, or somebody is. It's like somebody trying to practice restraint, refraining from doing something. The wounded warrior is good because, I mean, it's good and it does have challenges. In the positive sense, it's very protective. It's very stern. It's territorial. Boundaries is a huge thing with this. So it's like, this is my boundary. I'm protecting my boundary. So for some Pisces, that could be important over the next couple of weeks, is having boundaries in place and sticking to them. The downside to this card, it could represent blockages of energies. Yeah, it could represent problems. It could represent things where it's like, no, I'm ignoring it. Nope, I'm not going to address it right now. Sometimes it could represent rejection of something. So whether you're feeling it, whether you're doing it, whether it's a behavior, a person, a situation, the Nine of Wands can sometimes throw that stop sign up and say, no, no, nope, no thanks. So we do want to look at it, and it can be communication issues. So we have this little dynamic going on at the front end that we do want to take a close look at. Now, moving to the back end, we got the King of Swords, big air sign energy. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're not connected to any of those signs, kings represent control of their respective suit. So remember all the stuff I was saying about the swords: logical, pragmatic, planned, stern, serious. This to me is someone trying to keep their mind right. So for some Pisces, whatever it is you're dealing with, it could be just a matter of perspective, how you're viewing it, how you're framing it. This to me is a very strong mind in its positive sense. The King of Swords can also represent the strategy, the planning, observing something. It's taking its time, it's taking in information and it's processing it. But the downside to the King of Swords, yeah, this could be harsh. This could be mean. It could be very stern, very serious. So sometimes it does show up during serious situations. So we want to look at him too, because it's like we got this little thing going on. Then the King of Swords is like observing it from the side. So we're going to put him down there. And again, maybe this is all going to take a good turn. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Pisces. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Pisces, gang? In late December, please. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Cups. We'll see what the action is. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Eight of Cups. Yeah, I feel neutral about all this energy so far. A little indecisive. Here. So we have the Chariot in reverse underneath the Eight of Cups. It's like, oh, I want to do something. Maybe I shouldn't. There's like this second guessing. There's this doubting that's happening where it's like, all right, there's this. And again, it doesn't have to be you. It could be someone you're connected to where it's like, I want to do this. Maybe now's not the right time, or oh, I should do that. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right now. There's like this very strong second guessing. Now, another thing I can tell you for a lot of Pisces, when we have the Eight of Cups with the Chariot in reverse, this is a looping energy. And I've seen it for other signs in recent weeks. You might be up to bat. There could be certain energies that are going to try to circle back or try to reapproach in some sort of way, like a return of some kind. But the main vibe to me is like wanting to do something, then not. It's like a little wishy-washy. No judgment, of course, but for a lot of Pisces, there might be something, a task, a job thing, a personal relationship, where you might feel two ways about it, where it's like, I want to take this action, I want to do this, but I'm going to hold off for now. That's like the vibe I'm picking up here. So we're going to keep going. There's a want for action. There's also this returning vibe. I don't know what the second guessing is. It's not like very decisive, if that makes sense. Let's go in on the Nine of Wands. We'll see. Because this energy in the center is the very protective. I mean, who knows? Maybe you're a little extra private in this time than you normally are. Because that's another thing with the Nine of Wands. It could be just very, very, very private. Let's go in on that. What's the Nine of Wands here? Thank you. Not very chatty. Not very chatty. Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles underneath this Nine of Wands. There's a strong skepticism to this. So I'm not sure if you're skeptical about somebody, a situation, someone's motives. Like when I see the Nine of Wands with the Page of Pentacles, it's either I'm being very careful about what I say, or I am looking at someone's communication and I feel like there's more there. Where it's like, all right, I'm trying to read between the lines here. You're saying this, but you're acting like this. Like there's a lot of analyzing going on with what I'm seeing in the middle. This could absolutely also be like rejecting of something. Now, for some Pisces, maybe it's just your personal boundaries in this time. Maybe you need a little bit more solitude than you normally do. But like when I see the Nine of Wands with the Page of Pentacles, if this is not a rejection of some sort, it's an energy where it's like, I just don't feel like really talking right now, which is odd, especially this time of year. People are usually pretty chatty. Nine of Wands, Page of Pentacles, I don't feel like talking right this minute. Maybe not never, but not right now. Like, so we have a lot of different stuff coming in. We got potential rejections, we got solitude, we got skepticism. None of it is like worst case scenario. It's just very bound up, if that makes sense. And again, it could just be boundaries for some of you. Let's keep going to the King of Swords. Let's see what the King of Swords has. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. Yeah, boundaries. Very important to have them and enforce them. Let's see what the King of Swords has. Okay. And I like the energy. Like it's realistic. Like to me, it feels like it's realistic. It's good. It's seeing things clearly. It's full clarity. So we have the Sun in the upright underneath this King of Swords, one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. And the Sun, to me, is, yes, it's wins, victories, and blessings, of course. But when I see it underneath the King of Swords, like, to me, it's either I see something for what it is, I see it very clearly. So if there's a situation where you don't have clarity, or you are unsure, or you're doubting this, or you're doubting that, this is that revelation type of energy coming in on the back end where it's like, okay, now it makes sense. I saw this in the Cancer reading as well. So if you have Pisces and Cancer placements, like, you have a double down of this energy this week, where it's like information coming to the surface or things starting to make sense, regardless of the tension we have here on the front end. For another portion of you, if this is something completely separate from this energy we have here in the front, the King of Swords and the Sun could be a serious type of win, meaning that the more serious you take something, the better the results. So if there's something you are a little wishy-washy or unsure about, the longer you stay in this energy, the longer you're going to stay in it. If there is something where, like, you want a certain result or you want something to happen, it's like if you knuckle down and bear down on it, you're going to get the result you want. Like, you just need to be serious about it. So it's like we have the revelation and serious type of win on the back. So we got a lot of stuff here. For some of you, this could be an air sign that pops up. Just saying that for a small portion of you. But let's go through and do a quick recap. We got a lot of mixed energy here, and I would expect that in Pisces reading, right? Pisces energy is always flowing in different directions. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we got the 8 of Cups with the Chariot in reverse. Should I? Shouldn't I? Did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? I want to do this. I'm not sure about it. It's like this little mental back and forth where it's like, I want to do something, but I don't know, maybe not yet. I will at some point. I'll get around to it. That's the vibe that's given me. For another portion of you, the door could be open for something to pop back up or return. Moving to the middle, we have the 9 of Wands with the Page of Pentacles. For a lot of Pisces, you could be very firm in your boundaries in this time, or Spirit wants you to be, where it's like, all right, we'll just stick to it, stick to what you say. For another portion of you, you might not be as chatty. Like, this energy is like a little bit of solitude. There could be a lot of communications where you're digging deeper into it and trying to read between the lines. And it could also be a rejection of something. So whether it's like a mindset thing, whether it's behavior, whether it's a habit, whether it's a person, it's like, no, not right now. Moving to the back end, we have some beautiful energy. We have the King of Swords with the Sun in the upright. For some of you, this could be an air sign that pops in. But for a lot of you, I got the serious style win, where it's like the more serious you take it, the better the results. Really bear down on something. But I'm also getting that revelation type of energy where information comes to the surface. So we got a lot of different stuff, Pisces. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Pisces, gang? And that felt like 3 different readings in one. So again, take it for what it's worth. These could be different people, different situations. But yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going. Thank you. Ace of Cups. Cool. I like this shadow card. And, if you watch my readings on a regular basis, I don't dislike all shadow cards, and I don't lean to doom and gloom. Now, the Ace of Cups is a great thing, and we will discuss the shadow side of it as well. But when I see this one in particular, especially for a Pisces reading, it's like trying to be a little more emotionally expressive. So it's the opposite of this energy that we have here in the center, where it's like a little constricted, building a little bit of a wall. The Ace of Cups is Spirit saying, like, well, maybe you shouldn't suppress something too much, or maybe you shouldn't get too 9 of Wands. Like, maybe Spirit wants, I don't want to say loosen up on your boundaries, but to me it's like, all right, well, maybe speak your piece about something. That could potentially be it. Now, I love the Ace of Cups. It's fresh, it's new. It could speak about someone's emotional state, but for a Pisces reading, it's always a great thing. You don't have to be quiet on something. I don't know why that's coming through, but for a lot of you, you don't have to suppress. You don't got to be shy. And always prioritize your feelings over whatever situation it is that you're dealing with right now. And not in a selfish way, but your well-being. So we're just going to put it down right there, Pisces. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you would like further clarification on your situation, you can book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My December schedule is live right now, and the spots go quick, so go check it out, see what's available if you want to have a chat with me. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks for all skill levels, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you resonate with most? When you see it in a reading, it's like, yeah, that's me. Put your answer in the comments. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.